Turning to politics now, this week early voting will begin for the special election to fill the term of late Congressman John Lewis. On Tuesday, voters in parts of Fulton, DeKalb, and Clayton counties will choose between 7 different candidates. Former Morehouse President Robert Franklin, former Atlanta City Councilman Kwanzaa Hall, Barrington Martin II, as well as Atlanta Minister Stephen Muhammad have all entered the race. Rounding out the field are Libertarian Chase Oliver, current State House Representative Mabel Thomas, and former State House Rep Keisha Waits. Whoever wins the September 29th election, and yes, there could be a runoff, will fill Lewis's term ending in January. Now, the special election is separate from the one in November for the full 2-year term in Lewis's former district. In that contest, State Senator Nikema Williams, whom the Democrats chose to replace him on the ballot, faces Republican Angela Stanton King. The 11 Alive political team is working to bring you in-depth coverage of the election, its issues, and candidates most impacting your life. If you have a topic you want us to look into, just email us at whereatlspeaks@11alive.com.